One YouTube channel says Sig Sauer P320 is the best handgun. Sig, by the way, is lacking in the integrity department right now as far as I'm concerned. Another says Glock 26 is the best. Still another says the Beretta PX4 Storm Compact is the best handgun. This video, in addition to being a response to Andrew Lines, is a response to all of the videos out there suggesting the best handgun is this gun and the best handgun is that gun. Now, I'm not a know-it-all and I'm not an expert, but I do listen. I listen to people from military, police, and other backgrounds who have much more firearms experience than I do. I'm not a philosopher either, but I do like to think once in a while. So let's think about this for a few minutes. Let's skip all of the stuff about combat guns, competition shooting guns, home defense guns, concealed carry guns, police guns, etc. The best gun. What makes the best gun the best gun? Quality? What does quality mean? I know what I mean by quality. To me, you determine the best quality by having all of the makes and models tested. I mean really tested. I mean taking all of the makes and models, dozens of each and every make and model, and put rounds through them until failure. Has this ever been done? And even then, what kind of failure? Was it a spring? Was it the firing pin? Did the frame fracture? Who was the last man standing, so to speak? In terms of quality, at least in my book, the last man standing would be the best gun. And let's say you have one gun that fired 5,000 rounds before a spring failed, and on another the barrel cracks at 20,000 rounds. In a self-defense situation, for a spring to fail, that's bad. But in a life or death situation, does it really matter that it was a spring that failed and not the barrel that failed? The fact is, it failed, and it did so at a time when your life may be on the line. And who's going to fire 5,000 rounds in a self-defense situation anyway? And how did dozens of other guns of this same make and model fare? In light of these questions, is it really important to have the best gun? Is having a good gun good enough? I'm willing to bet that if someone were to test dozens of each and every make and model of gun, putting rounds through them until there was only one left would cost millions of dollars just in ammunition alone. Who's going to do that? I don't have the money to do that. Some people may, but who has the time to dedicate to this? And do the gun companies want to pay millions of dollars to risk embarrassment and humiliation that may await them at the end of such testing? I'm also willing to bet that such testing would take years, and by the time the testing was complete and there was only one gun standing, a new gun would come along that would be just as good, if not better. Now your testing results are null and void. And that only covers one factor, quality, which would include reliability. Accuracy. That's another favorite of mine. You hear it all the time on YouTube videos. This gun is accurate. This gun has great accuracy. I've never seen a YouTube video where a shooter said the gun was inaccurate, no matter the make, model, caliber, or platform. Have you? My shooting sucks. Maybe I can make a video like that and blame my lousy shooting on the gun. Even if your gun is inaccurate and it has fixed sights, there's not a lot you can do. But there is one thing you can do. Improve your shooting skills. If it has adjustable sights, how inaccurate can it be at 5 to 7 yards or less? That's what we're told the range is of most self-defense situations anyway. Besides that, if the gun is inaccurate but it has adjustable sights, that's not the gun's fault. That's the fault of the person or the machine that installed the sights. Recoil may affect the accuracy of successive shots, but not the first one. Think about it. How much muzzle flip or other negative effects in terms of degrees can be caused by recoil and the amount of time that it takes for a bullet to travel down the barrel of a gun that is, say, 8 inches. That bullet is traveling at 600 miles an hour or faster. If my math is correct, it takes that 600 mile an hour bullet 73 100,000ths of a second to travel 8 inches. The successive shots are affected by your ability to recover from the recoil and get back on target. That's not the gun's fault. I will include a link to a video below that shows, from the best I can tell, a bullet is about 4 feet downrange before the muzzle of the gun begins to elevate to any noticeable degree. Now we have to take both of those factors, quality and accuracy, into consideration. And the more factors we have to take into consideration, such as ammo capacity, single action only, double action only, single action, double action, revolver or semi-auto, yada, 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 the less likely we will have the best gun. One gun will have the best trigger. Another will have the best sights. Another the best, you get the idea. And what makes the trigger or the sights the best anyway? You will never hear me say, this gun is the best gun. You may hear me say, you can't go wrong by buying this brand or even a particular make and model. You may hear me give reasons why I bought the gun, but you won't hear me say one gun is the best, even when I'm talking about Glocks. I will agree that, in terms of size, some handguns are more suitable for concealed carry than others, but even that is not necessarily true in all situations. You can easily conceal a Beretta 92 FS in midwinter in Minnesota. It's more difficult to do so in New Mexico in mid-July. And can a Glock 43 serve as a home defense gun? You betcha. So again, what's the best gun? Rifles and shotguns are much better than handguns for home defense, I believe, but that's for another video. On to ammunition. Again, I'm not a know-it-all, but it seems to me that when you are talking about a piece of metal, albeit small, traveling faster than the cruising speed of a commercial airliner, which is about 550 miles per hour, it doesn't seem to matter whether a 9mm bullet is 115 grains or 124. But I'm teachable. By all means, if you have info that is convincing and you can show me empirically how one weight of ammo is better than another, I'm willing to listen. Be it advice, a website, or a book that is non-biased, I'm willing to listen. It's how I got to know as much as I do. I shy away from magazines. The ones I've seen don't seem to really give a fair analysis, probably because they are after advertisement dollars. I had an acquaintance show me a partial video from Military Arms Channel about Liberty Civil Defense Ammo, 9mm, 50 grain plus P handgun ammunition that travels 2,000 feet per second. Folks, that is 1,293 miles per hour. That's from New York almost to New Orleans, Louisiana in 1 hour. I included a link to that video in the description below. Is it the best ammo? I don't know. Is it any good? I don't know. When you fire it, it will damage just about anything it hits. That I do know. I would also like to point out that shot placement is a factor too. In a life or death situation, I would rather shoot a man in the chest with a 115 grain bullet than shoot him in the knee with a 500 grain bullet. I know there's no such animal in 9mm, but I think you get my point. I'm yet to hear of a shooting death where a victim was shot in the knee, no matter the weight of the bullet. This video is particularly a response to Andrew Lines, a YouTube channel who, when he left his first comment to my video, 14 Reasons Why I Bought a Glock 26 Gen 4, had 0 videos and 0 subscribers. Today, nearly 5 weeks later, he still has 0 videos and 0 subscribers, yet seems to want to argue about the best gun and the best ammunition. He is asking why I haven't replied to his last comment. I thought it best to reply in the form of a video. Andrew, you recommend 124 grain 9mm GD HP plus P, and you say you are forensic in your analysis, yet you offer no sources where you are getting your information, and you don't give reasons why. Frankly, the thing I find most puzzling about you and your recommendation is why you would expect me to believe you. I know nothing about you, and for all I know, you're getting your information from some city boy who knows nothing about firearms except what he has learned about them on video games and TV. As for GDHP plus P, Hydra-Shok, hydrogenated, hydrated, and the homogenized, I can't tell you the difference between one type of ammo and another. So you're right, Andrew. I'm not informed enough to give a response, at least to the issue of ammunition. But so what? I've stated in this video twice, and I'll state it again. I don't know everything, and I'm obviously not claiming to. But you, my friend, are a piker and a troll. I don't know enough about ammunition to argue with you, and even if I did, I don't have the time. Put some videos up sharing the knowledge you possess that I and others lack. That would be much more effective than trying to argue with me in the comments on my video. Maybe you'll become a YouTube Hall of Famer and make tons of money. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.